Manong Fishball ang tawag sa kanya. Everyday siya kung dumating. Kaya parang institusyon na siya dito sa area namin. Minsan, sobrang late na. Andun pa rin si Manong Fishball.
Ginagabi kayo, Manong!
Enrollment eh.
After some time, yung kariton ni Manong Fishball nadagdagan ng may bike.
Hanggang kabilang kalye, nagtitinda na rin kayo, Manong?
Ang notebook.
Sunod na taon, pati menu nadagdagan.
Nax, may squid balls na!
Welcome, Summoners, to the third season of the University Alliance Cup Wild Rift. This is, of course, the quarterfinals. I'm Hiron. With me is Gian Gaming and his cat. Very, very cute cat. What's his name? What's their name?
His name is Ming Ming. No, just
Ming
joking.
Ming.
His name is Leo, and it's kind of
Leo.
too clingy for stuff. He has been scratching me ever since the game of WVSU and PNU, but now we're heading down to a new game, Tech Mayhem versus Gearhawks. I'm really excited about this as well because we had our talk a while ago before even the first series wherein we had a little bit of prediction whoever, who is going to be battling for the grand finals. And these teams right now, they want to challenge PUP, but who is going to be winning in this one based on like the group stages? Well, FIT, maybe they have a fighting chance in this. What are your thoughts on this, Hyron?
Like, so far, FIT has shown themselves to be constantly a big threat here. I think their only loss was actually against How, right? So that should show you, like, in the food chain of Group A, sa group stage natin, sila yung number 2 sa Apex Predator ng How Valiant Esports. That should, and of course, they have a lot of veterans on their team as well, na hindi lang veterano sa Wild Rift. Of course, Wild Rift relatively new, pero veterano sila sa League PC as well. So these are kind of like familiar names na for FIT fans coming into collegiate esports. Meanwhile, TUP Gearhawks as well, medyo they were behind Pylon Esports and WVSU. They actually evened it out against Tele Tigers, but they were the ones that were able to go into the top 3 to advance into the quarterfinals. No, so they fought tooth and claw. They fought tooth and claw definitely to get into the quarterfinals. So this is gonna be a big challenge for them. Another Titan, another big predator of the Group A here, FIT Tech Mayhem.
Yeah, I'm liking the bands as well. It's pretty, much more standard. But except for the Ezreal, what do you think is behind this Ezreal band coming in from Tech Mayhem?
Yeah, for TUP Gearhawks here, Ezreal is something that Ushiro does bring out a lot. They prefer that kind of play. Some yung background ng Gearhawks na cyberpunk yarn. But of course here, yeah, but it's gonna be they like playing it safe. Like playing it safe. They do go aggressive a lot of times as well. But the Ezreal, when they do pick up the Ezreal, it's there for safety. But it's very versatile, right? Ezreal can go in, Ezreal can go out. The Renekton as well. So they want to have that power spike once the Ezreal gets 2 items para sumama dun sa Camille or Renekton. And here is being banned out here by the FIT squad.
Even the Lulu will get banned out, particularly maybe for the Olaf Lulu combo. But because of the bans here, from the first banning phase, a lot of champions will be available to take, and for Tech
Ziggs
Mayhem,
left open.
they're gonna focus on the Ziggs since it's available. Blue side, why not, right?
And that's definitely a big threat, right? Like the Ziggs being first pick here. Usually Senor uses Senor is one of those players na magugustuhan mo talaga, Giyang, kasi nagsasena yan eh. He used Senna one. Yeah, nagsasena yan. Pero of course dito, Ziggs
Got
left
my
open.
bias now.
Syempre,
Just joking.
syempre Ziggs kukunin niya dito, of course. So here, Varus, a little bit less mobile than the Ezreal, but has that same element of long-range poke. With the Nami, the on-hit is actually pretty painful. Especially kung may Ardent Sensor itong si Collagen, no? And once again, TUP Gearhawks, they're also veterans in terms of League of Legends here. Collagen, Bitter End, with Mesek. Yeah, these are names that we have come to know. I'm not sure how, okay, of course, Lucian Brom, no? Classic, pero
Mhm.
nakakatakot itong Z na nilalabas dito ng AM. Apa-ama.
It's a high risk, high reward at this
Mm.
point. That's why I'm kind of surprised because if Apama, makes a mistake whenever he tries to go in with this Z, I mean, he does have a lot of tools like the Shadow and the Death Mark, of course. Many outplays can be made, but one mistake can be disastrous. That's why there has been a little bit of a priority on the safe picks, just like the Oriana, the Ziggs, maybe the Galio in the mid lane. But having this champion, Zed, being picked up, there's a lot of confidence behind this. And maybe even another cheesy pick that Gearhawks might actually take in the second round of pick.
For most part, okay, yeah, it does seem like Blank is no stranger to marksman mid lane. No? He plays the Akshan. I still think that could this Ziggs actually go mid lane? I think mas style ni Senor yung Ziggs kesa dun sa kesa dun sa Lucian. Pero coming into the bans as well, Darius to lock away a very good early to mid game, no? Early to mid game with the Lucian can deal a lot of damage in the front line as well. Meanwhile, they're still denying a lot of the team fight potential. They remove the cannon, they remove the Gragas. So yung pang-engage na lang nila yung Chains of Corruption tsaka yung Tidal Wave dito.
Maybe so. They don't have much solid front line aside from the Garen pick, which I'm not so sure if it's actually even
Di ko
a
rin sure.
tank because no crowd control. At
Mhm.
most, it's just gonna be ignored during the team fight. I'd rather pick someone like this one, Jarvan, that has that flag and drag cataclysm to actually apply pressure all over
Mhm.
whenever there's a team fight and even lock down some champions when they want to, and having this cataclysm actually can be a big threat if ever, especially that they do pick up this Wukong plus that mega inferno bomb plus that glacial fissure. Things are looking good here for Tech Mayhem for team fights, unless another cheesy pick breaks out here for Gearhawks. Jax is gonna be locked in here.
Jax is what that type of champion that scales up very, very well, right? And pag na-stuck siya sa Cataclysm, parang ano yan eh, you're not stuck here, I'm not stuck here with you, you're stuck here with me. Yung
Yep.
galawan nitong Jax sa Cataclysm. But I like Tech Mayhem's comp. It has a clear vision, right? Ball is life dito, si Blank. So, mo-confirm nga natin na Lucian Brom nga itong Dragon Lane natin. And Blank's actually going for the Ziggs, which against Zed medyo nakakatakot. Pero ball is life dito si Blank. Yung game plan nila is to go in with a Cataclysm, with a Cyclone, libre yung Mega Inferno Bomb yun. And after that, maybe Senor can clean up. Meanwhile, Gearhawks, it's kind of, I mean, weird talaga eh. Yung initiation lang talaga nila, Chains of Corruption, yung Tidal Wave, tsaka yung Counter-Strike. Pero against the comp of Tech Mayhem, baka hindi nila kailangan, di naman sila kailangan na sila yung mag-pull ng trigger eh. They can play reactive with the Counter-Strike, with the Chains of Corruption, and the Tidal Wave.
At most, they do have that anti-engage because of the chain of corruption and the one that you said, Counter Strike and the tidal wave. But they can't be the ones to actually pull the trigger. That's what's scary
Mahirap,
about this.
mahirap.
'Cause they can't. It's gonna be hard for them to contest objectives and contest those pushes that are gonna be coming in with from the enemy team because of the amount of initiating tools that they do have. I mean, like Mayhem having Wukong, Ziggs, Jarvan, even if they do land those skills like the Tidal Wave and the Chain of Corruption, I don't think there's anything that can stop the Mega Inferno Bomb and the calling from Senor.
Gahanap ng away tong FI to eh.
Gigil?
For sure, gigil na gigil. Siyempre, meron silang Brom, right? If you have the Brom, you want to go for that level 1 fight for sure. So dito po, hindi nila mahanap, hindi sila pagbibigyan ng TUP. For now, it's just gonna be jockeying for control, pero mukhang Blank taking a little bit of damage. It should be fine. Hindi naman yata siya masasolo kill dito ni Apa-Ama after the laning phase finishes. So it's really just jockeying for control for the first wave. And it seems like TUP gets the initiative there.
Pretty standard stuff. Not really that much of an aggressive play coming in from both teams. I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen here in the Baron lane because despite even if Masek has that healing passive, Orphic deals HP because of its very own passive, so the amount of poke can still be significant from this Jarvan, which may affect the laning phase here of Masek continuously as he tries to go in with his CS. And Orphic even has this airy mastery,
Talagang
diba?
pang
Para gusto
pang
niya
poke
talaga
talaga. Oo.
Oo.
And of course, right now, I mean, in this kind of lane, all that all that Orphic really needs to do is by the time na ma-silent siya ni Mesek na gawa na niya yung buong combo niya, diba? Usually. So that's gonna be the Winter Spike with the stun onto Collagen. Pero mukhang worst trade deal in history yata yan. Pero buti lang may honey fruit dito ang FIT Dragon Lane natin. Here, medyo pumuporma si Enma top side, naghihintay ng counter gank siguro para kay Bitter End. But they're on opposite sides of the map right now. So just going for a regular jungle player, and I do think Bitter End likes this a lot more than Enma.
Yeah, I like the pressure being given here by Apaama as well in the mid lane. It's kind of expected already since it's a Z, Blank is slowly losing mana because he is constantly using it to last hit. And it's only a matter of time before Apaama actually reaches level 5, wherein Blank has to respect that given that he doesn't have mana, only has that barrier to keep himself alive. So a reset might actually be needed. This comes to show how much confident TUP is with their draft that they do have. And Bitter End is just going to be looking to scale up for sure. Not much fights are going to happen or started by the side of TUP. It has to be FIT who pulls the trigger first.
Yeah, and pag level 5, dun yata magsisimula ang labanan dito. Not really consequent. Oo, pinaliguan lang. Di pa daw naliligo today.
Oo nga. Bakit daw?
Libreng ligo.
Naamuin niya eh.
Oo. Pati sa Wild Rift. But here, yeah, level 5 for all, at least for all of FIT Tech Mayhem's members, means that they should start leveraging this very small, this relevant power spike, especially when the first Drake comes up. That is the most obvious objective that they can try and fight for right now. But there's not really a point in going for any full-on like 3v4, 4v4. Looks like pumipwesto dito si Blank tsaka si Enma dito to try and get jockey for control here around this Drake.
They want to establish control to gain the priority to start the objective, especially for the side of FIT. But they still have to respect, even though TUP doesn't have that much engage, because they do have crowd control in a sense, and given the amount of assassination capability of Apaama, it's not really 100% safe for FIT to start camps like this yet.
Yeah, they have to fight for it. They have to dance around it. They can't commit to the Drake immediately. But it looks like that's what they're gonna do. They could try and turn against TUP Gearhawks, but once again, TUP being on red side, they have the advantage here now that FIT is the one starting it. So walang flash dito si Ushiro, but it's gonna be at least immediately getting taken down. Pero Mega Inferno Bomb, ball is life dito. Ang Ziggs Collagen goes down as well. The Drake is going to be taken down as well. But here comes the spin to win. Beyblade ang labanan dito ni Enma tsaka ni Mesek. But meanwhile, the rest of FIT has cleaned up TUP Gearhawks. Ginawa ng fried chicken, but for now, it is gonna be it's basically an ace.
Yep.
An unofficial ace here coming in from FIT. And like I said, this is their best chance at getting a fight. Look at them. Let's break down this team fight.
It started with a good assassination by Apaama onto Elise, but the Cataclysm Mega Inferno Bomb has been the sweet victory there for FIT. And when TUP loses their core members, FIT just look to close it out. And we already predicted this. Masek will be ignored until the very end. If he's the only one alive, then they will kill him. But during the team fight, it's just gonna be ignored the hell out.
Lalo na Sunfire yung gamit niya dito, no?
Buti sana kung IE eh, di ba? Joke lang.
Don't do that, guys.
Don't do that, guys. Don't be like me.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the problems for Garen in this comp. He has all my friends are dead syndrome. There's a few champions that have that, but he basically, like you said, he just gets ignored because there's other priority targets. I mean, why would you go for the Garen who's building Sunfire when you can go for Apaama, Bitter End, or Ushiro? And at that point, kahit na-assassinate ng maaga si Elise dun, mas maganda yung trade back ng FIT because not only do they kill Collagen, half health na rin yung stuck dun sa Cataclysm. So that's actually ended up being a better trade for FIT during that Drake fight. And here with only a 2k, kanina 3k, 4k ito, no? So TUP's actually been fighting back quite well. FIT is still pressured. They're still pressured to make more leads, and they can try and do that by either split pushing with Orphic's bot lane, or they can go for a 4v3, 4v4 dive here against TUP's Baron lane side.
Yeah, and so far it's just 2k gold lead, like what you said. Not really much of a big deal for now, except for the fact that 2 kills were already taken there by Blank. Meanwhile, well, 1 for the Garen, 1 for the Zed. Not really the best case scenario. Having the Garen getting the kill, it would have been better if Apaama taken both instead, or maybe one going to Bitter End or Ushiro. So in terms of gold funneling, things are looking a-okay for FIT, but not really much for TUP during that last fight. And because of the Mountain Dragon that they did secure, it should have helped them survive even more from the poke and burst coming in from TUP. And at this point, you only come to see that, okay, where would FIT go? They're gonna split push around the map, but bottom lane is...
Cataclysm here, can he get out? He's silenced, he can't actually get out, but in comes Flawless Life with a Mega Inferno Bomb. Enma comes in for the spin to win. Beyblade na naman ang labanan, and Enma,
Grabe.
siya ang protagonist ng season ng Beyblade na to, and that's going to be 2 kills. Once again, they get 1, but because FIT has the Mega Inferno Bomb plus the Cataclysm combo, they can pivot like 1 trade for 2, right? And FIT is just constantly taking those, and TUP falling into the combo's hands against FIT Tech Mayhem.
Yeah, that's the benefit, you know, of the global presence of a Ziggs. That's why it is kind of like my favorite champion to see in a tournament, but not my favorite champion to actually be against with when I play Wild Rift, because, you know, I always get hit by that Mega Inferno Bomb. It's a hassle. The AoE has been, you know, ever since the AoE of the Mega Inferno Bomb was buffed, like way before, Ziggs priority has been a thing, and even up to now, we do see the advantages this champion gives, especially during team fights, and also objective control, like taking structures. And now FIT are upping their advantage, but they have to take note. Rift Herald is pushing onto the top lane. If they don't take this immediately, they might lose a tower, not only in top, but also in mid.
Here, FIT, it looks like they're giving that up. They know that the wave's gonna take care of it, but in comes Enma, going for the spin to win. Apaama goes down. That's one crucial member not being alive here. 2 members down. Bitter End is gonna go down. Senor also goes down here, but the rest of the members of FIT can clean up. Orphic goes for the Cataclysm, dodges him the iframe of the stasis, but the rest of the damage still comes through for Orphic as well. Going for the judgment onto Blank there. He does get it. Silence onto Orphic. Can he get it? Oh, the flag and drag is not going to be able to save him. But once again, Mesek has all my friends are dead syndrome here, and he's being chased down by Enma. He's very fast. He's regenerating health all that time right there. But it is going to end up as a Drake for FIT, a small team fight victory as well. Let's see how that all breaks down.
Yeah, I like how Mesek actually got 2 kills, but the big problem for FIT was, well, maybe later.
That spot there, Enma having to run away here. Bitter End looking for those kills here. Does get a counter strike. The Mega Inferno Bomb doesn't hit too much, but now Bitter End might have bitten off for the Chu. Chains of Corruption stopping them in their tracks here. 3 members snared. Orphic trying to go for another flag and drag. He does not have Cataclysm. Kailangan nila mag-ingat sa shadow. American Sniper from Ushiro is not going to come through with a piercing arrow. FIT, they once again give another Rift Herald here against TUP, which should allow them to get this mid lane.
Yeah, and we see the fight coming in from TUP, especially the other members, like Mesek. We talked about how he's always losing his comrades in the process, being the last member to die. But a while ago, he made a bit of revenge, killing 2 and even managed to survive away from Enma and another member of FIT. And this point, the gold lead is starting to, you know, shrink. Which is gonna favor TUP because they want to scale up Bitter End for late game, and it's actually starting to do so already at 2 items plus 1, including the boots. if he does get to 5, maybe 6 items, lock items, he's gonna be trouble. Who's gonna be able to stop him? Not even Mega Inferno Bomb can from Blank can kill the Jax because of the amount of resistance he has, especially from the ulti. So who will? I don't see anyone being able to kill him because he's gonna focus on Senior for sure.
Yeah, kailangan talaga. And of course, it's the Lucian problem, right? When you're in range to shoot, you're in range to get jumped on, you're in range to get death mark, you're in range to get bubbled, etc., etc. So Senor is definitely facing a lot of challenges, but he is a very experienced player, right? So he should be in a lot of these situations long before. So he should be able to know how to play around those kinds of battle states, right? So FIT, the FEU IT squad here, looking for an opening. Hindi sila reckless. They're not rushing things. They're not impatient. They're looking for the perfect place to team fight, and usually that's around objectives. Right now, the turrets are kind of well protected, but if they can get the next Cloud Drake here, that's a lot of stat investment just from those 3 Drakes. And of course here, a big split push coming in from Enma as well. Forces the response from TUP Gearhawks, and right now they're really just dancing for the dragon here, even though it hasn't spawned. They're also dancing for this
Oh!
here. Big stuns here, a knockup as well as this the snare coming in from Ushio.
Ouch.
Those are 2 big ultis down. Meanwhile, trading for the Glacial Fisher, but nothing too big happening from there. Just chip damage onto the turret.
And the Elise even took a bit of damage onto him, trying to, help his teammates take down this mid-tier 1, but the amount of clear that TUP has should be a problem for FIT. Now with the resets, both teams should eye on the objectives, more so onto the Cloud Dragon that is about to spawn up, but TUP at this point should have a little bit on an advantage because they can actually opt for split push, especially with Bitter and Apaama.
Yeah, they can definitely try and do that. Of course, Rift Herald here to try and pressure the mid lane, force a response from FIT Tech Mayhem. Medyo dangerous yung position dito ng TOP. They could get split up. So now they're gonna be regrouping. Ushiro taking the back line here. So the lines have been drawn, the trenches have been dug, and FIT Tech Mayhem looking for an opening with Cyclone, with a wombo combo onto Collagen, but good. Immediately gets blocked. The tidal wave gets blocked by the Unbreakable, but in comes Assassination, immediately exhausted. Deathmark doesn't do much. They do pick off Enma at that point, but now FIT is gonna come in for the fight here. Orphic still looking for an opening. Senor looking to clean up. Stasis from the Varus here is gonna get picked up by Senor. Flashes over through the barrier, and Collagen trying to survive here, but Blank goes dynamite fishing with his Ziggs. That is gonna be a 2 for 4, a prolonged team fight, but in the end, third Drake goes to FIT, and then they're actually just in time to respond to the Rift Herald summon mid lane.
Yeah, I like how, Senor actually was really patient, waiting for Apama to engage onto them, and unfortunately, the death mark hit Blank. Given the stasis that he does have on his enchantment, it kind of got neglected, denied immediately. And when all the resources of TUP was exhausted, FIT went for the finish. The dive came through from Orphic, Elise with a Glacial Fisher, Senor even dashing in, flashing in onto Ushiro to secure the kill. That amount of confidence from FIT, knowing that it is their time to strike, definitely shows how much discipline they have as a team.
Crucial din yung exhaust na dinala dito ni Senor. Usually naman exhaust na hindi dinadala niya dito in the solution. Para when you dive in, you're not instantly bursted down by your biggest target, right? So, and also when you're being dove by the Zed, you can actually fight him while he's stuck there trying to deal his damage. And patient din si Elise. Hinintay niya na pumasok si Apaama. Hindi siya sumama kay Enma tsaka kay Orphic. Trabaho ni Enma Orphic pumasok. Trabaho dito ni Elise mag-ulti para mag-counter engage tsaka protektahan si Blank tsaka Senor. So, alam niya yung trabaho niya dito. Message mukhang good Glacial Fisher here into a 3-man Cataclysm into the Mega Inferno Bomb. Message goes down immediately, and now Bitter End is going to be next on the chopping block. Counter-Strike will not let him strike back against FIT, and that's going to be 3 kills here, plus the Baron threat trying to split push straight back the Dragonling turret there, but TUP is losing a lot from these fights. He's mukhang all-in na dito. ni Apa-ama sa inner turret, but
Steal?
the Baron has all been gone in. The steal is not gonna come through with a piercing arrow, and Ushiro just has to back off.
Yeah, it has to back off and respect the rotation that can actually come in from the side of FIT. Especially that they are starting to get their gold up once again. The late game scaling hasn't really gone yet or go online for the side of TUP. Why? Because the timings are perfect always for FIT to go in with these team fights 3 versus 5, make it 3v4. But no, since Ushiro always gets zoned out, it causes a problem for them to actually how determining how to respond to those ganks and team fights. But Bitter End, maybe if they can stall this out, he can actually, you know, catch up and carry in the late game. But the Baron will be a problem. They're gonna be able to push these inhibitor towers.
Yeah, and this is a three-pronged attack here coming in from FIT. They shove in mid lane, they immediately pivot the top side here. Orphic tries to face off against Apahama. Senor, parang gusto siya dito. Hahabulin niya dito ang ninja, pero wala na. Tapos na yung season ng Boruto dito. TUP Gearbox. Apahama goes down. 50-second death timers here. FIT knows that this is their big chance. Mapaparicol dito si Bitter End. Meanwhile, Enma, he knows that this team can actually go for the 4v3 here in the top side. They pick up one kill. Papasok dito with a counter-strike. Does get the stun, but no follow-up. The double bubble is not gonna be enough, though, to turn the tides of the fight. Pardon fun. Bitter End still coming through with the counter-strike, but Senor, once that counter-strike is over, you're gonna get shot to pieces with a drive-by here from Senor. And now FIT goes for the Nexus for game 1 here. TUP with their last stand, but Senor still healthy, even has the shield, gets stopped by the bubble, but it's able to be finished off by Blank as FIT takes game 1. FEU, Institute of Technology, picks up this first win in this best of 3. And TUP Gearhawks, they're gonna have to try and find their footing here before they can take flight in this best of 3, because now FIT looking strong.
Yeah, they are looking strong indeed. I mean, it has been a problem now for TUP in terms of scaling, despite them having this late game composition. And one of the key factors there was the discipline of FIT on how they actually executed their team fight and whenever they want to gank. TUP can't respond because they only have limited resources. Like most of them, like their ADC is focused more on poke. Apaama is focused on assassinating the carries. And well, Bitter End is having a difficult time engaging because of the three musketeers, the trio Papito on the side of FIT, Jarvan, Brom, and Wukong dealing so much crowd
Beautiful.
control, stopping all those engages that he is trying to make. I don't even see a scenario wherein Bitter End actually reached Senor
Wala.
or Blank. None
Yun
at
yung
all.
sobrang discipline nga, sabi mo. Yung backline dito ng FIT. They know how to divide the battle, right? So, every team fight that FIT engaged in, sinusubukan nilang ganito. 2v,
Yep.
2v1? 2v1? So, Zed, siyempre papasok yung Zed, i-exhaust ni Senor. Tapos 2v1 with a great one dun si Ziggs tsaka si Lucian laban sa Zed. And of course, in that battle, damage race yun eh. Wala namang ibang utility yung Zed eh. Tsaka mahirap naman mag-outplay at that point kasi very mobile sa Senor. So, obviously, the Zed loses there, which kita naman sa stats doon na hindi nakapag-pop off si Apa-ama. Meanwhile, 2v4 ang nangyayari dun sa frontline dito na TUP, they don't have enough damage laban sa dalawang Brusco na si Orphic tsaka si Enma, no? So, papasok sila. And because they have so much CC, kahit 2v4, they can survive for long enough na mapapatay yung Zed. Meanwhile, middleman doon yung Brom na kung saan siya kailangan, doon siya pupunta.
Yeah.
So, very, very good discipline, very good strategy here from Tech Mayhem. Hindi lang sila team fight. Alam nila kung ano ang gagawin sa team fight.
Yep. Kumbaga, the best possible time to use the resources and to strike back. Alam nila kung kailan sila go onto a defensive strategy and when to actually go offensive. That is what Tech Mayhem. That is what makes Tech Mayhem a really strong team. Maybe even a challenge for other teams like Gearhawks on how they can actually defeat them. Maybe in this game number 2, they can actually slap back onto Tech Mayhem, but it will take a little more effort and maybe more courage in a sense. Kasi kanina nakita din natin sila nag-hesitate on some of the cases.
Yeah. And really, and when you're on this high pressure stage, right? You have to give it your all. You have to be at the top form. You have to get rid of the jitters, right? The competitive stage jitters. Even when all of these people are watching, all of you guys supporting the stream and supporting the players from FIT, and of course TUP as well. We love you, and the players need your support now more than ever. Lulu being banned out, a lot of utility being taken away here from FIT. Yun talaga nakakatakot dito from FIT. And here, Camille and Gragas being once again being banned away from TOP Gearhawks.
Yeah. So I think in terms of banning, it's gonna be similar to game
Sure.
number one, wherein both teams are gonna have a lot of options. Well, the Ziggs is gonna be respected at least, but this time by Tech Mayhem. So
Blue side,
Gearhawks
red side
can,
sila.
uh-huh, no
Tignan
chance
natin.
right now.
I mean, open pa naman yung ibang, ano, like, yung ibang populars
Galio,
like Riven, Galio is left open, TF is left open as well.
Senna,
So,
please pick Senna,
si Senor yung tanongin mo dyan, Giyang. But yeah,
please.
Riven, okay, it's a pretty flexible pick, right? Can go to bitter end, can go to sorry, yeah, can go to bitter end or to Messick side as well. Once again, yung problema naman kay Riven is very feast or famine siya. So Gearhawk has to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that they get an early lead.
Yeah, and I think Tech Mayhem may have a good read onto the possible draft of Gearhawks. They're gonna stick with a sustain plus good disengage and engage support. Kumbaga balance kasi talaga ito si Nami eh. Ang pinaka problem lang niya is that well, she's squishy. Yan lang. But it can also provide a lot of sustain for the other members, particularly if they pick up this Renekton na mataas na talaga yung sustain. The heals are gonna help him. The movement speed buff should aid him closing the distance on to his target champion. And this actually might cause some trouble for Gearhawks unless Gearhawks actually commits on champions just like Brom, good anti-engage, and since merong Riven, possible even more auto-attack based champions, ang dali maproc ng concussive blows.
Yeah, that's definitely what they're going for here. And of course, the Brom kind of shows their hand a little bit, right? Like if you're
Ezreal?
going Brom, usually you're not gonna see. Usually you're gonna see a lot of auto attack heavy champs like Lucian, Ezreal come in as well. So here they do pick up the Ezreal to cover with a Brom as well. So very easy to proc the concussive blows. Meanwhile, FIT Tech Mayhem, they have basically a free pick here for their marksman Varus, yung magiging pick up nila dito.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Gearhawks, nakita naman natin kanina na yung respect ban ng Tech Mayhem onto the Ezreal. This time, having it available actually allows Ushiro to take this ADC. But I'm also looking forward to them having a decent damage dealer. Kasi, syempre, Ezreal, late game pa yan eh. Sobrang tagal bago mag-power spike talaga niyan. And he will struggle in the early game for sure. In case, dito nga, ang taas ng poke na meron. Nami and Varus on the Dragon lane. What more kung kumuha dito ng sobrang aggressive na assassin jungler ang Tech Mayhem. Gearhawks needs some protection and it's not gonna come just from the Brom.
And yeah, but to be fair, this lane is a lot safer from the Varus and Nami poke just because of the Unbreakable. But here, Tech Mayhem, they're going for another relatively aggressive comp. No? Like this is a comp that wants to win mid game because usually the Varus lethality poke build usually starts falling off later. So here they want to basically what they want to do is poke with the Ari and the Varus. Tapos pag na whittle down na dito yung Gearhawks, they're gonna try and go for a team fight na they have the health advantage. But here Gearhawks mukhang gusto nilang pumasok with the Vi pick up here as well and the Fizz coming in as well. So very very exciting ating draft dito.
Yeah,
The Fizz coming in for Apa Ama.
the Vi and Fizz pick are actually perfect. It's like a cherry on top on the draft that they actually want to make kasi not only do they have late game scaling, at least they have decent, maybe even good early game because of the Fizz, plus the ganking potential of a Vi. So this puts a lot of pressure more on the side of Tech Mayhem because their jungler is Lee Sin. Although they can actually make some plays, it's gonna be crucial because of the Vi pick. Because the lockdown, of course, especially with the assault and battery, will allow Gearhawks to actually get that -1 onto anyone on the side of Tech Mayhem for sure. If ever, may mapitas sila. Ang tagal kasi ng CC talaga eh. You also have the Riven that can reach the backline because nobody can stop him unless available pa yung Chain of Corruption and the Tidal Wave. Pero pag nagamit na yon, I don't think there's anyone that can stop him anymore.
Double duty si Elise dito para protektahan si Senior.
Sobra.
And yung Chains of Corruption talaga dito has to be used defensively. Because using it offensively, medyo mahihirapan sila. Because of course, if it's the Fizz can dodge it pag nakita pa lang yung animation na ilalabas na yung Chains of Corruption. The Vi shouldn't care too much. Of course, it's gonna stop the engage in its place, but usually Vi will be engaging long before the Chains of Corruption comes out, right? Like usually avoid the Chains of Corruption angle, go for Vault Breaker into the Assault and Battery. Pag nag-assault and battery siya, or cease and desist, I think babaguhin na rin yung pangalan niya doon, nung ulti ni Vi, diba? If they get the assault and battery out, kahit anong Chains of Corruption ang gawin ni Senior, mananakap pa rin siya. But we have loaded onto the rift here. TUP Gearhawks versus FIT. TUP backs to the wall here in this best of 3. Can they turn back the tides with their Fizz? Or will FIT Tech Mayhem gore them with their Tamara horns?
Yeah, let's go. Potential, 2-0 for the side of Tech Mayhem, but I see some fighting spirit on the side of Gearhawks, and look at this! Concussive blows, my friend. Elise will get taken down, and the first blood, best possible champion to actually get it, Ezreal, piloted by Ushiro.
Maling liko yun si Elise.
Ano yan, kapatid? Diba?
Oh my, that was actually very clever here from TUP. Basically, they actually steal the blue buff.
Collagen got the blue though, so it's, a sad story became a good story.
So ito yung nangyari na may akyat bahay. Tapos kakauwi mo pa lang, nagkasalubong kayo ng akyat bahay, kaya ginulpi ka na lang niya. That's very good. That's an early kill here for Ushiro. Let's see if they can make something happen with that. Enma, Pinapa, hindi ko nandito si Peter and Chelsea, Elise is gonna come in as well for the support. This is gonna end up as a 4v4 with Apa Ama coming around corner. Does seem like TUP Gearhawks does not want to risk a straight up 4v4 nang hindi pa nakakakuha ng gold dun si Ushiro.
Yeah. I kind of still can't move on from what happened earlier. Kasi, yun nga, Collagen got the blue. Tapos, dapat kuha ko yung jungler. I mean, medyo mababad trip na ako. Tapos biglang may nakita kayong pwedeng pitasin. Oh! Things turned out better than I expected instead. Kasi ngayon naman, TUP Gearhawks, I think this is something that they should be really appreciative with. Kailangan gamitin nila talaga ito, especially in terms of scaling here for Ushiro. Medyo jumpstart na yan para sa kanya eh. Not only does he is gonna be able to secure that Muramana or the Manamune quicker, mas mabilis na siya makakapag-scale up din ng ibang ng items.
To be fair to FIT, that kill on Ushiro, while it will on Elise rather, na nakuha ni Ushiro, it should even out eventually kasi hindi yung Collagen Ushiro lane, hindi naman sila, they're not looking to snowball, right? So eventually, given good play from FIT, this should even out. And Ushiro, Ezreal is one of those champions that has to pay tax, right? Kailangan niya magbayad ng tier tax for
and wala pa nga siyang tier eh. This is sad part. No tier just yet.
And yeah, that's basically the tax. Yung lahat ng first blood gold na yan mapupunta to pay that tax na walang combat stats for TP Gearhawks. So for FIT, if they can recover, I'm pretty sure they'll recover from that. eventually here. Lalo na kung makakuha ng magandang gank dito si Enma na ngayon na level 5 na siya. He should be able to find a pretty good gank possibly on, I would bet Baron lane side, pero looking at the camps, most likely na the Dragon lane side siya mapupunta dito, especially with the Drake coming up.
Also, you know, at least for TUP, ang aga nakuha dito ni Usher yung kanyang Muromana. We're in for, you know, Senior. He also has to pay the tax. Bumili din siya ng tier. But onto the top lane, looks like 1v1.
B1 with a great one dito, but of course, Renekton has a pretty good matchup against Riven. It can go either way with jungler intervention, pero even with all the mobility and the shields and the stun that Riven has, Orphic can actually just out-trade him constantly because he's the one with the Kaldamik heal, right? So here TUP, they get the initiative onto the Cloud Drake. Mukhang gumugusto dito ang ating jungler. Assault and Battery immediately upon the jungler. The Glacial Fissure will not hit, but it will get finished off by two-shot barrage. There's a good choke point here for FIT, but with their formation broken, they can't really find any more kills. Bababa na rin dito si Orphic. Will they fight this 4v5? Medyo low dito si Apa-Ama at Kushiro. Very nice poke there, but the Chum the Waters comes in, flash away. Pero papasok dito si Orphic to be the frontline for Steve, pero nag-skip na yun si Mesek. Immediately goes for Senor. Wala na siyang flash. That's gonna be a double kill for the Riven. Susunod na si Elise, gagawa na sashimi dito si Mesek. Meanwhile, Orphic trying to fight it out. 3v1. May triple kill na dito si Mesek, and that's gonna come through. Huge momentum boost here. Pero Enma, ma-shutdown siya dito agad laban kay Mesek, and looks like they will get control over this Drake. So in the end, TUP still gets out ahead, pero Cloud Drake for FIT, and big shutdown goal to Enma here.
Oh, parang sinasabi dito ni Enma, parang masyado ka ng malakas, Mesek. Akin na yan. Are they gonna be able to steal this out?
Oh! Drake gets secured by Bitter End! Mali ang smite dito ni Kuya Enma, and that is going to be FIT picking up a kill, but the Cloud Drake, baliktad ang nangyari. Yung FIT nakakuha ng kill, TUP nakakuha ng Drake doon, so lots of things going on to Rift Herald now, but FIT jockeying for control here. Pinopoke na dito si Apa-Ama para sila yung may control dito sa Rift Herald.
I'm confusion. Yun lang yung hindi ko alam kung ano nangyayari dito. So many fights breaking out. I don't understand most of it kasi parang, okay, normally things, other teams won't do this, pero they want action.
Yeah, meron pa siyang glacial feature dito, mananakap dito si Black, and that's going to be going to take a lot of damage, but Orphic's gonna be having to slice and dice away, but Assault and Battery comes through for the chase. Elise having to go away now, but not gonna be able to do it as he gets skewered. Spear fishing ang ginagawa dito ng TUP Gearhawks. FIT Tech Mayhem, will they continue to fight? This is a 3v4, but one good Ruthless Predator. Pasok ba dito si Enma? No, that's a two-shot barrage to make sure that Black hindi na tama ang wind slash dito. And that's a good call. The stun, the Ruthless Predator into the charm, gets them the kill. A lot of members low, pero nandito na si Senor. The cavalry has arrived. It's gonna end up as a straight up 1-for-1, I think. And FIT, medyo nag-even out na dahil sa sobrang daming gulong nangyari. Nag-even out na ang ating goal dito. With the Rift Herald being secured by FIT, they can leverage that into a tower push, maybe mid lane, maybe Baron lane.
So many messy plays coming in from both teams. The moment I saw the, wind slash coming in from Mesek, not hitting, and then he overextended, I kinda knew na malaking chances na mapatay siya kasi andyan naman si Blank, andyan pa si Orphic. So ready talaga sila, umentry or mag-punish ng pagkamali niya. And the gold, having it even kinda pressures TUP Gearhawks more than it's supposed to. At least though will be able to at least back away successfully with the flash only used, not the heal.
Buti lang nandun si Senor. Threatening with the Chains of Corruption there. Could have been a kill if ever nag-greedy na si Apa-Ama. But here, Assault and Battery, plus the Glacial Fissure, that's a dead Ahri. Wala pa nga siyang Spirit Rush doon.
Yan
That's
ang
gonna be
gigil.
Gearhawks. Yeah, gigil na gigil sila. That's one kill though. Can they convert it into a tower? Magiging 3v2 dito, but I think may okay naman yung wave clear dito na FIT Tech Mayhem. And masa-stop ang push. It's just a straight up raw kill here for TUP.
And another fight.
Susunod pa dito
Grabe,
sa Orphic.
no?
May slice and dice siya.
May makita na kalaban dito yung TUP. Sugod agad. Even for FIT, actually both teams, kapag may nakita silang kalaban, they really want that is how hungry they are to get an advantage, even if it's just a little. Ganyan kasi all the advantage can actually translate into more objectives, especially na lagi naman go online yan. Especially the next is an infernal one, but you know, bitter end having his life turned into, well, basically a bitter end as well.
Basically, 1-for-1 yun. Pero dito, yung one kill ng TUP kanina, hindi sila napag-convert sa tower. Dito, FIT, dahil may wave sila, may Rift Herald sila, nakakuha sila. So in the end, we can think of it as a 1-for-1 plus tower na that favors FIT there. But of course, the game is still very, very even. It's all about the positioning and the execution here. And the next Drake fight is gonna be another test. Basically, parang exam lang yan sa midterms natin or sa finals since November, December na rin naman. Yung finals yan. Who's better prepared? TUP or FIT? Sino yung nag-aral? Very close on that term.
Sino yung nag-aral o sino yung nagpatalas sa mata?
Oh. Nice steal there. Nice piercing arrow. This secures them control over this Drake side kasi meron silang Rift Scuttler Shrine dito. So mukhang TUP does not want to screw with that. They just want to prevent a push onto mid lane. FIT pressuring TUP right now.
They are being able to pressure TUP. This is nice coming from Tech Mayhem because you know, the pokes from Senor are starting to hurt, and those charms are causing a lot of problems for the side of TUP. So right now, second spawn of another Rift Herald will be spawning up. Can TUP actually get this, or maybe FIT would prioritize it once again? But since this is an Infernal Dragon, I think this is worth the fight. Nakakatakot eh. They're dancing around it now. Masek has a good flank. I think TUP are gonna be sending him to try and take that Rift Herald, while the rest of the
TUP
members...
should pull the trigger. I mean, FIT should pull the trigger here. Solo ni Masek yung Rift Herald dun sa taas, but do they know? I guess they don't know. They weren't sure kung nasan si Masek. Wala silang vision around that side, so they didn't pull the trigger on the Infernal Drake, so they just went for the tower, which is still a win for FIT. Because right now, what's a Rift Herald worth, right? Like 1 or 2 towers. Pero I would usually take the 1 tower sure than the 1 or 2 towers na hindi guaranteed. So here they're gonna go for the Infernal Drake right here. The Chains of Corruption stops them, even with the two-shot rush giving them a burst of damage. Papasok dito si Ama gets charmed though. Immediately gets charmed, is able to swim back, but immediately gets taken out by a piercing. Mamatay dito si Orphic, but Masek going for the kills here. Can they go for it? They makakapag-regroup dito ang FIT, but in comes Masek. Stasis onto Senor here. Can they finish off the Riven before anything bad happens? The charm connects. The charm! Now's their chance. Mystic shot though means that he's able to finish off Senor, but Blank lives to see another day. That's gonna be Infernal Drake, or rather the Infernal Drake being taken by FIT Tech Mayhem for a 4-for-3. But they do get the 2 towers. Nakuha nila yung dalawang tore with the Rift Herald, so that's definitely more worth it here for TUP right now.
And ang ganda kasi ng pasok talaga dito ng TUP. Even with the charms, even with the crowd control, or how mobile these champions are on the side of FIT, nakakahabol pa rin dito sila Masek eh. Especially with the 2v1, 2v2 that happened in the bottom lane afterwards. 2v3, nagawan pa rin ang paraan ni Masek and the Ushiro manalo doon. Well, Blank managed to survive with a sliver of health, but that was still really close, and it led to TUP actually securing 2 towers in exchange for 1 a while ago, plus the Rift Herald. Well, yung Infernal kasi nakuha dito ni Enma eh, with that discipline on the smite. So kahit pa paano parang pantay din pala yung laban.
Pantay eh. If you look at it long term, yung tower, yung 1-for-1 plus tower kanina, naging tower, say i-carry over natin yung tower back to so it's 1-for-1 plus tower. So that actually ends up with FIT getting Drake, getting 3 kills, TUP getting 4 kills plus another tower. Pero I would value the inner mid tower a little bit more. So actually, it skews a little bit towards TUP Gearhawks. Pero it can still suddenly shift to FIT Tech Mayhem's favor. Lalo na kung magkamali sila dito sa dive nila dito. They're invading the jungle here. Senor, papasukin agad dito ng Assault and Battery. Lahat na ginawa na heal. Wala yung flash, di pa nagagamit dito. So he survives. Nice kick there from Enma.
Ganda?
So ganda. Pero may follow-up ba dito? Papasok with the Resonating Strike to pop the GA. Pero Masek looking for an in. dito, two-shot barrage coming in pero walang tatamaan dito. And coming in from the side, naghahanap siya ng flank, makikita siya na Scuttle Shrine. No kills just yet. And it does seem like both teams are gonna disengage. Pero Chum the Waters napunta dito. Pero Stasis para walang mangyari kay Blank dito. Plus the charm hits. In comes Orphic from downtown. The Croc.
Stasis!
He rocks. And Bitter End on the run
Oh
now.
my.
Hindi na kinailangan yung flash charm ni Blank. Dahil si Don Senyor, siya ang nakakuha ng kill doon. And now, the shield, the unbreakable bulwark here for Collagen trying to front for Ushiro. Pero Baron play na agad. Baron call agad ang ginusto ng FIT.
True shot!
No! Yung true shot! Oh my God! Ushiro can go crazy
What
here!
is happening?
Sa big triple kill para kay Ushiro. Hahabulin pa ba niya dito? Si Blanc tsaka si Elise, isang charm lang siya kung kailangan niya mag-ingat pero makakapag-back off dito yung FIT. Pero yung Baron call, yung Baron call.
What is happening? What is happening? It started to go heavily in favor of FIT. I wanted to commend them earlier for the outplays, but this true shot barrage by Ushiro. The double kill, the triple kill, with the assist of Baron. FIT's Baron turned into TUP's Baron. What is this game, my friend?
Oh my lord, so hindi nila na-take note. Ginamit ba ni Ushiro yung
I
true
wanna
shot
cry.
barrage? Ginamit ba niya? Or ginamit ba niya sa simula at nag-off cooldown? Na yun yung siguro na-excite yung FIT. Oh my god, napakadaming kills natin nakuha. Pwede tayo mag-Baron call. Hindi nila naisip na sobrang sakit. Sobrang sakit ng true shot barrage dito ni Ushiro. In the end, they still get a Drake in their pockets here. But they have to now start defending against a small gold lead and the Baron up minions. Malaking wave nila sa Baron lane side. This should ensure one turret being taken by TUP. Tignan natin kung makakapag-def dito si Senyor. 4 na cannon minions yan. Wag mo nang subukan.
Don't even. Just don't. Just let it go, man.
Painhip
Just
ka
let
na
it.
lang mag-def, kuya.
I mean, this started to become a bit, sad towards the side of FIT. Because
Can they
it
get
should have been them. Pero at least they got a Gargoyle Soul Plate from Bitter End. Pero
In
dito
comes
naman,
Enma.
Jake!
Papasok siya dito. Dominus into slice and dice into the Ruthless Predator. Kaldamik sa wala. Dito, that's gonna be the assault and battery on to
Ushiro's
Enma.
alive!
He goes down. Ushiro is still alive. So he's poking from the back here. Meanwhile, Senyor, papatayin na dito si Apa-Ama. Meanwhile, Orphic able to survive that. Papasok dito ang Riven. Having to flash out kasi napakasakit ng...
Russian barrage! Oh,
No!
heavens!
No!
Are you even human, Ushiro? What was that? Twice in a row? Twice?
That's
Seriously? That's gonna be the
game.
game? Just like that? TUP? Slipping under their noses puts us to game number 3. Oh my god! I can't believe that happened.
Game 2 pa lang yun, ah.
I can't believe that
That's
happened.
just game 2, guys. That's
game
just game 2. Look at that. Gearhawk smiles on their faces. They know that momentum is on their side. And Ushiro, from the back, from downtown, true to his name, is able to clutch it out for his team. Napakasakit na.
Oh my gosh. I'm having a headache right now. I'm sure Ushiro's like, oh, nice. Okay, are we winning?
Damage ko.
Laki ng
See, for
damage ko.
now, I
Okay,
would say okay. I would say right now, okay. They right now up until the point na tumama yung Mystic Shot tsaka yung True Shot Barrage, namatay si Elise tas na chunk down from 100 to 40. Si Senyor. Yeah, it's definitely a funny occurrence, but this is FIT getting excited. Like let's stop laughing at it, right? Let's start thinking about it and what went wrong. And I think what went wrong there's FIT lashing out. They lash out. Okay, they got excited. They want to make a lead because this team really wants a lead. Like Lee Sin, Renekton, they want a lead plus the RE. So they try to go for the Baron play kasi that's usually the only way that they can go for a push if they can get either Baron or go for a team fight. But they got overzealous.
Case.
Pero nahuli sila ng ano.
I mean, what are the chances? No vision for TUP. blind true shot barrage, I assume. Then it just happened that
Pinredict.
everyone from FIT lined up for it. That is why I'm kind of laughing, but not laughing.
Alam ko na yung
I'm just,
nangyari. Alam ko na yung nangyari. Doon
oh,
sila pumunta kasi akala nila sa Baron mismo pupunta yung true shot barrage. So hindi sila
oh,
doon nag-bunch up. So layers mind games. So
layers.
akala ng FIT na doon sa Baron pit malapit lalabas yung true shot barrage. So yung ginawa ng TUP, pinredict nila, tapos hindi pinredict yung prediction yung nung TUP yung hindi pinredict ng FIT yung prediction ng TUP. So hindi nila
Yep.
na layeran ng mind games doon. So
And
I think yun yung nangyari. Yun yung nangyari. I'll give them the benefit of the
lahat.
doubt. Oo. Feeling
Oh,
ko talaga yun yung nangyari.
I mean, this is the first. This is gonna be the first game number 3 for today.
For
And
today.
what a way actually to have this. Talagang ang init. Tama ka dyan, kapatid. Ang init ng laban. Ang init ng series. This time, Tech Mayhem are gonna go back to the blue side after, recuperating from what happened earlier. Are they gonna still try and get that
They will.
Ziggs? Not so
They could.
sure if Gearhawks will allow them though.
Yeah, for sure ibaban ng Ziggs on red side, pero Camille ban is very consistent against Gearhawks here. Like Mesek is very strong on that champion. Being forced on the Riven, mas feast or famine yung Riven kasi sa Camille. So here, they're banning it out. Against FIT, I would probably still ban the Lulununu.
Yeah.
Lulununu pa rin yung isipin ko dito.
It's gonna be well, okay nga yan kapag ganun. Kaso, do you think that the previous game could have affected
Binan na Ezreal?
the mental? I mean,
I mean, they banned it in the first game.
yeah. Oo, saka after the performance of Oshiro a while ago, the miracle
Oo.
plays, I think it is definitely a worthy ban. The amount of
Pati
luck
Riven.
Oshiro has, anong klaseng agimat yung meron siya?
Di lang yun luck eh. Sabi nga ni Ezreal, di ba? It's all skill.
It's
Ano
all
yun eh?
skill.
Oo,
Oo
prediction.
nga pala.
Ano yun? Prediction yun eh.
May
Tsaka
champion buffs.
syempre, habang nagka-kite back, you're just throwing skill shots out in the general direction. And yun nga,
Oh.
naging excited yung FIT to win that team fight kasi they're pushed to the inhib na eh. They want to stop the momentum of the Baron. But let's get this. Just reset for this next game. Renekton priority. Very
Stable.
interesting from FIT. I mean, it's strong. It's a strong laner, but I don't really like blind picking it. Pero Brom immediately locked in here by Gearhawks. Anong marksman naman ang ilalabas dito ng TOP? Varus naman. So, salitan lang sila dito.
So parang he's gonna be the proxy Ezreal in a sense. And with good protection with the Brom, of course. Pero, well, wala naman tayo gaano masasabi sa Renekton pick na kasi stable lang naman talaga yan. Parang okay lang din siya ma-pick ng early. Wala gaanong counters talaga sa kanya since Fiora and Driven is out as well. Gragas.
Ninanakawan nila dito si Mesek. Kasi yung Camille tsaka Riven kay Mesek yan. Yung Gragas, gumagamit din ng Gragas yan si Mesek. So here they go for a Corki. Okay. So senior style talaga makikita natin dito sa third game natin for this best of 3 quarterfinals. Super excited because that second game was hype, so I know this one's gonna be even better because both teams are gonna be hot-blooded for this game for sure.
For sure.
Renekton against Garen against Renekton. I like the pickup here. I just have to be worrying about what other engaged tools that they have because Garen has nothing.
Well, I think that Gearhawks would opt to go for not engage, but just allow Tech Mayhem to go to them actually. And the Garen pick will just be, distraction for the side of Tech Mayhem. Since most of the champions being picked up here by Tech Mayhem are actually engaged champions, maybe this is the right way to go for Gearhawks.
Do they ban a jungler here? Or do they continue focusing on Appa Amas? Like maybe the Zed here? That could be the pickup. I mean the banner. We're gonna have
Will
to
it be a
see.
problem?
So yun lang naman natitira dito. Oh, the TF, right. Global presence. Galio's left open here. So baka kung kunin ng Gearhawks, kukulangan sila ng damage eh. So I think yun yung gambit dito ng Tech Mayhem. The Galio's been left open. They still have a chance to pick up the Galio if they want to. So I think Galio could fit very well in this team comp, right? Unless, well,
Oh,
food Irelia?
Irelia?
Okay.
Are they seriously gonna opt for engage against a this kind of draft that is actually beefing up towards accepting engages? Kasi parang, yun na nga eh, hahayaan nila mag-engage talaga dito yung Tech Mayhem. At sasabihin nila parang, sige, go lang, go lang. Andito naman spin to win yung Garen, may Slicing Maelstrom, may Glacial Fissure, proc those concussive blows, and Chain of Corruption to stop every single one that tries to enter. Yan yung draft na ngayon ng ano eh, ng Gearhawks eh. Tech Mayhem, they're kind of, taking this really risky composition and playstyle towards Gearhawks.
Let's see if it pays off one last time here for this game. This is gonna be absolute chaos coming into our next game here. So it's gonna be Blank on another one of his signature champions here on the Ari. The Vi left open. I was gonna say like they could ban like one of the engaged junglers here from Bitter End.
Yep.
But this is scary. Now I was asking the question, will they have the engage? And now that they have the Viken and Braum, yes, they will. The Garen should be a fine pick here against the Renekton.
Mm-hmm. I'm still, looking for ways on how both teams are actually gonna execute this. I think Tech Mayhem with the RA picks should be able to, at least get an advantage in terms of those picks. If they're gonna be able to hit those charms. But for the composition that they have right now, Garen, Vi, Kennen, Varus, Brom, so much protection is on their side right now. Sobrang nakakatakot mag-engage dito.
I guess
Especially, I don't see any point or entrance na pwede gawin dito ng Tech Mayhem. Unless magandang cask, yun lang.
I feel like this should pivot yung priorities dito ng FIT Tech Mayhem. If team fights, 5v5, 4v4 team fights are not feasible, then they should go for pickoffs. Because this comp actually has a pretty good pickoff potential, right? They have, of course, the insect play with the Lee Sin. They have, of course, a random charm that will catch someone out of position. So I think that's what they're going for. They can save the explosive cast for two things. One, for when the cannon inevitably goes in with the slicing maelstrom, or two, if they see an opportunity where you go for group up yung TUP, right? If they're grouping up, you can't really go for a pick-off, but you can force a pick-off by splitting them up with the explosive cask, picking off the target, for example, si Bitter End or si Ushiro. Magandang target yun para, of course, ideally si Ushiro, pero I think they would be satisfied with Bitter End na to get that pick off, tapos go for the 5v4. I think that's doable. I think that should be the priority of FIT instead of going for full-on 5v5s at least until mag-scale up fully si Senior on the score king.
Like the divide and conquer strategy ang kailangan talaga nila. Especially that they do have tools. Yun nga. Kumbaga, big responsibility for Enma, Elise, and Blank in terms of disrupting TUP's formation. And in terms of damage, Senior, ang laki ng responsibility niya para dito. Because TUP, I think everyone is gonna have their own role in terms of damage, crowd control, and also, overall trying to outplay FIT. And having the first objective being an Infernal Dragon, I think this is gonna be a priority for both teams.
Yeah, for sure. Especially FIT Tech Mayhem, since they can't afford to let for example, FIT goes for pick-off, tas hindi nila natapos, tas nakapag-re-engage yung TOP Gearhawks. Nice charm here from Blank. Tutuloy ba nila? Mukhang hindi. Kasi maglalaban-laban dito si Orphic tsaka si Messi. Actually, pwede. They can pincer, go for the pincer against Bitter End and Apa-Ama here. Orphic, the next time he gets the slice and dice, okay. Good. Nag-back off si Orphic. Alam niya na delikadong mag-stick around siya dun. Okay, good. FIT, they know that they could take the fight, but since TUP went for divide and conquer in that fight, nag-back off agad si Orphic. Hindi na niya pinuwersa.
Ang baba na ng HP na eh. Parang, maybe not. Maybe not. Papunta sila sa akin.
They got both scuttlers, right? Okay, he gets both scuttlers. Enma gets both scuttlers, which is a small win for FIT.
Yeah. Good vision, good amount of gold, honestly, and XP as well on the jungler side. But oh, ignite!
Flash is
Oh, that is sad for
Naghabol pa
Orphic.
si Orphic para
Mm.
mag-Kalvamik. The Hail Mary Kalvamik to try and get some HP back. So that's a solo kill against the Renekton. So that's actually gonna push the lane heavily in Messic's favor now. This Renekton lane, his job is to not get solo killed anymore, so he can still be a frontline later in the game. And
Yeah.
right now, they should really be putting resources onto Blank and Senor. I think Senor is gonna be fine on his own, unless magank siya dito ni Bitter End. But Blank is the one that needs an in. Blank is the one that needs an in into this game.
Yeah, medyo mahirapan nga dito si si Orphic for sure. After that scenario, Maysak being aggressive went in for that cheesy first blood, and now he has this Bamis Cinder and Bramble Vest plus Boots pa, so he's gonna be able to actually kite out Orphic. Ang hirap niyan as a Renekton. That's in terms of laning. Kasi ang laki ng pressure sa kanya na kailangan maka-snowball siya kahit papano or at least be a little bit ahead against the Garen, which is 1,000 gold up sa kanya. So, there's gonna be a bit of gap on the side of FIT when they actually engage. Kasi, hindi naman siya lang yung tank dito sa side ng ng FIT. Maybe Elise, pero since it is a support, hindi ganun kabilis yung pag-item niya.
For sure. But right now, it's good that FIT has not conceded anything more. That's probably gonna change as the first Infernal Drake spawns. Medyo malayo dito si Enma. Mukhang yung Rift Herald talaga yung kukunin nila dito. So they're conceding the Infernal Drake for a short-term gain, which is possibly the tower after they get the Rift Herald. But of course, if TUP plays this well, they could deny the push from the Rift Herald plus get this Infernal Drake, which is essentially them getting this uncontested, right? So they really have to make something happen with this Rift Herald for it to be worth it against TUP and FIT. Looks like that's what they're gonna do here. They're sending 3 members top side. They're sending 2 members top side. Mid has to be guarded by Blank here. Kasi 4 na miyembro to. He might have to actually just give this up unless he can clear the wave. Good Unbreakable. That Unbreakable basically ensures the turret kill here for TUP. So essentially, Drake and 1 turret for 1 turret yung magiging trade dito unless FIT gets this. Pero on the way na ang TUP dito. So they might just go for the kill here. If the team fight, is this gonna be a 3v3? They could start a 3v3 here. Mukhang nangyayari nga dito sa malapit sa Drake pit natin. Camera shift now as it seems like Slicing Maelstrom's gonna make sure that Senor goes down. As Blank and Elise trying to play keep away, but nice perfect stun shuriken there. And the snipe from Ushiro showing his prowess. Orphic gonna come in. He has the flash. He can go for the Ruthless Predator here. He trades back 1 kill. Does get stunned by the Winter's Bite into the concussive blow. So he trades back 2. So that's essentially 2 for 1 there. 2 for 2 there for FIT and TUP. Meanwhile, they get 1 turret topside. Enma bitten off more than he can chew here. I think he's gonna go down.
He's gonna burn down.
He's gonna get burnt out by the red buff at that point. So 3 for 2 unless makakill din dito si Orphic, pero mukhang ayaw na ni Blank. Wala siyang mana pang chase doon and medyo delikado, nandun na rin si Ushiro. Very messy.
Sobrang messy ng mga fights natin dito. It started with a fight onto the bottom lane, a good snipe by Ushiro, but then Orphic saving the day a little bit for FIT, and a small mishap onto Enma. That's basically what happened there. Equal gold for both sides. And FIT at this point, maybe this is causing a lot of pressure onto them because early game, they should be able to snowball. If they don't, they're gonna have a bit of trouble trying to engage onto TUP later on. Double Gargoyle enchantments on both Collagen and Maysak. So they're beefing up, basically. And them being the front line, I think it's hard for FIT to actually go through them.
I think that's why Orphic's been going in. He's 2-1-0. He got 2 crucial kills, which allows him to go for the port right. So instead of being the big front line, he's just gonna try and go for immediately take out Apa-Ama or Bitter End or ideally Ushiro, right? With that build. So he's gonna try and skip the 2 Gargoyle Stone Plates, right? That's full beefiness from Collagen and Messek. Walang marbling yan. Puro laman yan, walang taba. And that's gonna be TUP Gearhawks. They're gonna be banking on this frontline hard. And Apa Ama, he's parang may dalawang shields yan si Apa Ama when he goes in for the slicing wedge.
Grabe. I think FIT will try to secure. I mean, having two objectives spawn again, RH and Mountain Dragon. Some people might think, okay, Mountain Dragon is a priority, but at this point, it's gonna be a close call between RH and the Dragon because it puts a lot of pressure onto FIT as well if they don't get the RH and TUP gets it, because that is their tool to actually break down this mid-tier 1, in which they already lost theirs a while ago. If TUP Gearhawks manage to actually secure that Rift Herald, they're gonna be able to push down the tier 1 at top, maybe at bottom, whether they're kung saan man yung gusto nilang i-prioritize dito. And the Mountain Dragon is gonna be started here by TUP. I don't think FIT can engage here because we talked about the draft.
Right.
We talked about the draft. This is an anti-engage comp.
Yeah, they can try though. It seems like they will try to contest it a little better, and goes for immediately the assault and battery onto Orphic, try to stop him. Lots of damage coming through. They deny the damage from the Bork. Renekton in here. Messick comes in, takes out the leads as well. But okay, secured by TUP, but Enma dodges, misses the Sonic Wave because of the Proto Belt. So it's a 2-for-1 with Drake being in the hands of TUP. But now TUP's on the run. Can FIT make something happen here? Ushiro still defending this. Can he go for a charm here onto Happy Feet coming in from this Varus? Does miss the piercing arrow though, but TUP definitely getting ahead in that deal. They do have pressure mounting topside because of the wave that was prepped by Orphic, but here they could be caught between a rock and a hard place here. Bitter and taking a lot of damage from the Spirit Orb as well. Lots of damage from Ushiro with a hail of arrows coming in, but their real target is gonna be this Braum. 2 kills being picked up by FIT. That's a 2k gold lead, and even if Ushiro can poke them down, they're gonna go for the Rift Herald here. Denies the Blast Cone as well. Naghahanap lang si Elise dito ng gustong mag-steal, and he's just gonna delay them, but they do get the Rift Herald. This could be their tool to open up this mid lane, but I think for now they have to back off, regroup, spend their gold, and heal.
Yeah, TUP with an anti-engage composition. Look at that slicing Maelstrom being trouble for FIT, although that was a good attempt by Enma to try and steal out that Mountain Dragon, and with the Ignite, Masek died. But we're already starting to see how strong this comp is for Gearhawks, and oh, Blank nearly getting caught into trouble right there because of the stun of Ama. But they're starting to scale up even more. Rabadon's death cap is closing in for this Kennen, and later on, that slicing Maelstrom is gonna hurt even more. But Senor?
Oh, dodges the knockup. In comes Elise for the defense, but here comes slicing Maelstrom as well. Knocks up Senor. Good kick. The Senor lives for a little bit longer.
Oh!
But no, it's going to be the dot coming in from TUP as well. So one big damage dealer gone from FIT, but Enma still looking for a kill here. The turret is still up. In comes Orphic. He wants to go for Apa Ama, who doesn't have slicing Maelstrom anymore. Charm comes in, but Orphic taking a lot of damage. Does get the regen with the Cultivate. Almost gets taken down by the piercing arrow, but because they were bunched up, damage is reduced. And Orphic, they trade 2-for-1 there, but Messick's been split pushing all this time. He's gonna be able to get pushed away by the teleport here from Orphic. Does not want to fight that 2v1. But it is a very, very close fight here from both teams, constantly trading, constantly pressuring each other to make a decision.
Yeah, FIT being able to defend that tier 1 tower in the bottom lane should help them slow down the gold earning of TUP Gearhawks, especially that they want to secure more items. Right now, Rabadon's death cap has been completed. Plus, Apa Ama is building more magic penetration, which should allow him to dish out more damage. It's gonna be trouble for FIT, given the fact that Ushiro also has been scaling up. Collagen and Masek are stacking up even more along with Bitter End, and they're losing options here. They're being divided in a way instead of them dividing.
Spot out. here. Does get the slice and dice, but
Oh!
too late. Does get the knock-up as well, and good pick-off. That was just a clean pick-off by TUP. Orphic was out of position that fight. FIT, all they can really do is try and push back the wave so they're not constantly pressured on all sides. But that is a crucial kill there by TUP. Blank, can he get Messick? No, he's too tanky. And they have to respond to every single bit of minion wave push that TUP brings out. And forced to use the Red Herald, this isn't gonna be too useful because for sure makiklear lang yan ni TUP.
Yeah, Orphic tried to survive earlier, but I think there was a bit of a misplay.
Okay,
Not using the Dominus first. He dashed in as well, which was immediately cancelled by the Glacial Fissure. You know, it's a bit of unexpected there by FIT because they wanted to turn. But now, I mean, it's just a little gold that was funneled onto a member of TUP. But having the bot lane tier 1 tower taken down, this should provide more options for TUP, especially in terms of vision, which they are clearing out for this Cloud Dragon take.
Here's the sit rep. TUP needs to defend their turrets right now, so they have to finish this Drake as fast as possible. In comes a team fight. Nice! Able to dodge a Glacial Fissure there as well, but in comes Enma between a rock and a hard place. Immediately gets executed though. Pops to the end, but in comes Orphic trying to get some kills onto Bitter and big shield from the Gargoyle Stoneblade as well, but flanks and free hitting as well. And so is Senor. So they're gonna be able to clean this up. So with a GA being top tier, it's not going to save him. Even if Bitter End can go for the Vault Breaker behind enemy lines, he's still going to get burned out by Blank Scorch right there. And like I said, the sit rep was to delay the fight as long as possible for FIT so they can get the push. So here they get the push mid lane, the Rift Herald is still marching down top lane, and they get a very crucial team fight win.
Yeah, and the most crucial part about that as well is that Apa-Ama wasn't able to use the Slicing Maelstrom. He got obliterated in an instant because of the damage dealt there by the members of FIT. And without that Slicing Maelstrom, even if you have the Rabadon's Death Cap, if you won't be able to use it, that's no good. Now he opts to use it onto the Ahri. Blank got taken down, especially with that Infinity Orb buffing up the damage. At least there's still a bit of fighting chance here for TUP, but Tech Mayhem, they had a good play there in that team fight. 4k gold up right now.
Like I said, the goal is to get prevent Apa-Ama from even using his
Slicing
Maelstrom right there. So and there they fulfill their objectives. They got the push mid lane, they got the repel, but in here comes Apa-Ama pushing him away, forcing him to be at low health here. Goes for the assault and battery here. They can take down Enma. Blank is still dead right around this corner, and FIT is now on the run. Can they play keep away though? This is a good combination to try and 2v5, right? If they split them up, Elise can body slam anyone trying to go onto Senor, and Senor can continue using his rockets to try and get some damage out. But in the end, it's just going to be 3 clean kills here for FIT, 1 on Blank earlier and 2 on Enma and Orphic. No big objective, but this does close the gold gap a little bit that FIT built in the previous team fight.
Yeah, and the good side about this though, on the side of FIT, is that they stopped the Baron take there by TUP, which would have been disastrous for FIT, given the fact that TUP Heroes would like to group up on a lane to try and take down the remaining outer turrets of FIT, aside from the inhibitor turrets. And now, as the Baron is up, clock is also ticking for this Ocean Elder Dragon, which TUP so far has been able to take most of the Drakes. So that part is going to be crucial for FIT, in which Enma has a big responsibility on stealing this out. And now TUP starting this Baron while Orphic is in bottom lane. This is going to be insane.
He's going to have to push here, but no, the charm misses Apa-Ama. That's crucial. That means they have to back off until that charm cooldown goes off. But TUP realizes, okay, we can't keep ourselves here, because they might actually be able to poke us down with the rockets, with the charm, and this Crocodile is just pushing down onto the inhib. FIT, they can try and stop the forts here, but they just choose to let them go. Maybe Divide and Conquer is the name of the game here. Apa-Ama with the Slicing Maelstrom. So you're able to Valkyrie away. Elise taking a lot of damage with incomes Enma. He wants to execute them. Elise, though, is going to get taken down by this cannon. Enma going to try and leave, but silence is going to keep him from going for the safeguard. Orphic from downtown, a little bit too far behind enemy lines here. Blank, no Spirit Rush right now. Has to. Nice Vault Breaker into the flash there. Clean from Bitter End. And that might actually let them go for the Baron here, but no, they have to be wary because Orphic has been split pushing on bot side. If they only leave Collagen to go there, this Renekton might actually be able to finish the game.
Yeah, that's a big pressure. Ignite
Is it a base
also.
race?
Like, base race possible?
Okay, no, okay,
And
Orphic
Orph-
has to back off, but Collagen will want to stop the ports here, so actually just
Oh!
go straight in. With
Got
his
stopped.
It didn't get stopped there, so that's the handshake. TUP is like, okay, you stop the base race. It's like a nuclear option, right? You're gonna stop the base push. We're gonna stop the base push. Let's back off.
Mm-hmm.
It's
But
like nuclear.
they didn't take that inhibitor tower in the mid lane, so
Crucial,
that
crucial.
should be. Oh, it actually fell down. Like what?
Oh, the
Okay.
minions must have finished it at the last second here. So,
Yeah.
but this is bot lane inhib while Elder Drake is up. This is better if FIT wants to leverage the Baron, but the Ocean Elder I think is too much to give TUP because they have all of the Drake so far, right? And you don't want to give them double the effectiveness plus the Ocean Drake onto TUP. So here they're just gonna try and leverage the bot lane inhib to make sure that Baron is not the play here for TUP, but they are dancing around both objectives. They realize that either of these objectives could be a pivotal moment in this game.
Mm-hmm. And TUP, although they do want the Elder Dragon, they're having a bit of a hard time actually starting it. It's just Masek now damaging this objective, but you have to be very careful. Enma is there. They're going in.
Yeah, naghahanap dito si Orphic, but that's gonna be Orphic getting pushed away by the threat of the silence. Orphic naghahanap pa rin siya. The Dominus is sticking up his rage bar. Nice charm there, but that's onto Mesek. Meanwhile, the rest of TUP, they realize, okay, the threat is Enma. He's the jungler. Enma's able to get out. They do get the shutdown on, but the great slicing by Ilstrom here coming in from the
Smite!
cannon. Finishes the team fight.
Oh, Quadra!
Release. Quadra comes in, caught him slipping. So that's the Elder Ocean plus the Baron potentially, but with 30 seconds on the death clocks, TUP might, okay, at least going for the hero play. He's delaying the wave as much as possible so that they can't go for the game-ending push, but they already have one siege minion, one super minion. This should be enough, and FIT looks like their dreams will end here against all predictions. TUP Gearhawks able to take this 2-1 against this best of 3 against FIT Tech Mayhem.
I mean,
Oh my lord.
they proved themselves in this series in a game number 2 a while ago with that miraculous plays that they have shown, especially with Ushiro. And now in this game number 3, it's a bit more solid. The foundation was built, and now TUP Gearhawks will be moving to the semifinals to challenge PUP.
Yeah, PUP semifinals against TUP. Wow, that was insane. A crucial cannon. It was banned once, I think, in the second game. So now that they left it open, it punished FIT Tech Mayhem heavily because they. And obviously, it's multifaceted, right? TUP Gearhawks, if they're the ones that start the objective, they can actually count. That means FIT can't engage, right? We said earlier that FIT can't be the ones to pull the trigger. But there, because TUP is the one starting the objective, FIT is forced to pull the trigger there. And easy pickings na yun para sa slicing Maelstrom.
Mm-hmm. Grabe. Ang ganda ng series na pinakita sa atin ngayon. I mean, in this quarterfinals, I guess it's a little bit sad on the side of FIT, especially for their fans. But for TUP, everyone that is supporting them are happy for them for sure. Especially with the series comeback, reverse sweep against Tech Mayhem.
And
Beautiful.
even with the veterancy of Senor and the gang, they were not able to finish off Gearhawks here. And Gearhawks take flight from the Technological University of the Philippines, moving on to the semifinals. And same day tayo dito, quarters at semis. We'll be moving on to our semifinals matches, which is going to be How Valent Esports versus WVSU Leviathans and PUP Pylon Service Ultimate versus TUP Gearhawks. After a very short break, we have been your shoutcasters. I'm Hyron. With me was Kian Gaming. And of course, thank you to our sponsors, Globe Telecom, Twitch student, and of course, Logitech G. We'll talk more about what your collegiate esports scene can get from AcadArena later after a very short break. Don't go away.
Manong Fishball ang tawag sa kanya. Everyday siya kung dumating. Kaya parang institusyon na siya dito sa area namin. Minsan, sobrang late na. Andun pa rin si Manong Fishball.
Ginagabi kayo, Manong!
Enrollment eh.
After some time, yung kariton ni Manong Fishball nadagdagan ng may bike.
Hanggang kabilang kalye, nagtitinda na rin kayo, Manong?
Ang notebook.
Sunod na taon, pati menu nadagdagan.
Nax, may squid balls na!
Mahal kasi ang lapis. May kikya pa dyan.
Bilib na bilib ako kay Manong Fishball. Akalain mong yung maliit niyang kariton, napalaki niya ng ganun? Ang nagagawa nga naman ng pangarap ng isang magulang.
Manong, anong grade na ba yung anak nyo?
Tagal nang tapos sa mga bata. Ako naman ngayon.
Manong Fishball ang tawag sa kanya. Pero sa mga araw na yun, many years ago, higit pa sa fishballs ang binigay niya sa akin. He taught me na walang di natutupad na pangarap sa taong handang magsumikap.
Dami niya na.
Panghapunan.
Pantoga.
Atin ang pangarap. Atin ang pagsisikap. Atin ang mundo. Globe.